In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the passenger side CV axle on your Nissan Altima. Remove your 5 21mm lug nuts. Remove the wheel. Remove the cotter pin out of the axle. Using a 32mm socket, we're going to remove the axle nut. Make sure your axle pushes in, moves freely. Using an 18mm wrench to hold the bolt, and using an 18mm socket, we're going to pull the nut off of the bolt for the ball joint. We're going to remove the ball joint out of the knuckle. I'm going to be using a hook. You could also just use this pry bar and pry down on it. This just makes it a bit easier. Pull the knuckle out of the way so the stud does not go back in. Pull the axle out of the hub. Using a 13mm socket, we're going to remove the 2 bolts for the holding plate on the axle. There's one up top there. Remove the plate. Make sure you have a drip pan under your differential. Using a pry bar, we're going to go in between the axle and that bracket, and we are going to pry out and pop the axle out of the differential. Just like that. Pull the axle straight out. Install the axle through that carrier bracket. You're going to line up that inner shaft and then push in. Reinstall the axle plate. Install both screws. Then we're going to snug them down. Make sure the axle splines line up. Pull down on the control arm. Install the ball joint bolt. Install the nut. Torque the ball joint nut to 46 foot-pounds. Install the axle nut. Snug it down. Using a pry bar to hold the studs. Torque this to 103 foot-pounds. Install the axle nut crown and install the cotter pin. Using a pair of pliers, bend up the cotter pin. And I'm just going to cut this side off. Install the wheel. Snug down the lug nuts. The vehicle on the ground. I'm going to torque the wheels to 100 foot-pounds. Moving in a star pattern.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.